Hey everybody, Raelan here. I've got another quick video for you here today as part of my new Quick Tips and Topics series that I started in response to your requests for some shorter videos. So every week, in addition to my full-length video that I put out every Monday morning at 8:30 Pacific time, I will also put out one or two additional videos later in the week that are shorter for those people who prefer that. So today's topic is real rest. What is real rest and why do we care about it? I'm reminded of being in university with one instructor that I had that taught almost entirely by asking questions. Every class was, and we do this why? And that tells us what? And then what happens? It was everything I could do to not lose my mind. And I used to count his questions every class. So at the end of class, I could tell my friends, 36 questions today, 47 today. To the point when I graduated, my classmates even got me a t-shirt made that said I got through university by counting the number of questions. But anyways, back to the topic. Back to asking questions. What is real rest and why is it important? These will be the only two questions I ask, I promise. So real rest, I've come to appreciate, I think many of us are learning to appreciate this, is getting our body into a state where it's in a healing state. So it's all about the autonomic nervous system. So we have the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. And the sympathetic nervous system is what we don't want to be engaged when we want to be healing. We want the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what is engaged when we are relaxed, when our body is fully calm and in a good state. It's not stressed, it's not in fight or flight, it's not focusing on short-term needs, it's focusing on long-term survival. It's healing and repairing and doing all those things that we need to happen when we're trying to recover from chronic illness. So, real rest, as I define it, is any sort of rest that you are getting where your body is in that state. All right, so now we know what real rest is and why it's important, but what does real rest actually look like? And I just asked another question, didn't I? Okay, that's only 3. So are things, and I hear myself asking another question, okay, 4, are things like scrolling through social media or watching TV real rest? And in my experience, they are not, because there are things that could be stressful. You could be watching a TV show that has some action or some drama or some heartache, or you're on social media and things are getting you excited or triggered or angry. So your body and your emotions can be all over the place. So even though you might be laying on the couch or laying in bed, your body isn't necessarily in that state with your parasympathetic nervous system engaged so that your body can heal and repair. So in this video, I'm going to share 8 options for getting real rest. All right, so option number 1 for getting some real rest is to, while you're laying back with your eyes closed, hum to yourself. And I know this might sound a bit strange, but what I understand, or what I've come to appreciate why this is helpful, is because it's important for stimulating something that is referred to as the vagus nerve. And is it just me, or is everybody talking about the vagus nerve these days? So if you're unsure what that is, like I was until recently, the vagus nerve, historically cited as the pneumogastric nerve, is the 10th cranial nerve, or CNX, as the cool kids call it, and interfaces with the parasympathetic control of the heart, lungs, and digestive tract. There's that parasympathetic system again. And it's actually vagus nerves that we have, not just one, but it's typically, for reasons that I am not aware, referred to in the singular. All right, a second way to get some real rest is to lay back, relax, and do some breath work. And there are many different options out there. A quick Google will bring you up many different exercises that you can try. But one that I've learned recently is to do slow, very shallow breathing. I learned this through someone who is very knowledgeable in things like meditation and yoga. His name is David McGone. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And what he explained is that this very slow, very shallow breathing also engages the parasympathetic nervous system. It's all about that PNS. So when you're doing this breath work, when you're doing this breathing exercise, when you're breathing slow and shallow, count to yourself slowly as you're inhaling to 4, and do it so slowly, breathing in through your nose only, that you imagine that you're trying to make sure that your nose hairs do not move. It's just a good mental way to gauge the speed of your breath and to know that you are doing it properly. Now, you might feel a little bit short on air or, hungry for oxygen, and that's okay. That is how it's supposed to feel when you're doing it. So slow, shallow breaths, get that PNS engaged. Now, a third way to get real rest, and you had to know this was going to come up somewhere in this list, it's meditation. We hear about it tons, and that's because there's just so much research out there backing the benefits that it has for us. And there are many different types of meditation. It doesn't have to be complicated. You do not have to be skilled or knowledgeable in meditation to do it. It can be laying back with your eyes closed or sitting up with your eyes closed and just clearing your mind, or in silent reflection, or you can listen to guided meditations, or there are mantra meditations. Just do a quick Google for mantra meditations and you can find different mantras. And what that means is you have one sentence or phrase that you just repeat over and over and over silently in your mind. A really great audiobook that talks about meditation and teaches some simple practical methods is Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. I absolutely adore this book. I think everybody should listen to it or read it. And if you're looking for tips, it's a really good place to start. Now, a fourth way to get real rest is to engage in relaxation exercises when you're seated or lying down. And there are different approaches to this. And the ones that are going to get your PNS activated are the ones where you are not tensing your body, because some relaxation activities have you tense and relax throughout your body, which can be relaxing overall. But to have an even more restful experience of it, what I do is I lay back, I close my eyes, and I just scan through my body. I start at the top of my head and I go all the way down to my toes, and I just imagine all of those body parts. And I find that just putting my conscious focus on each part of my body, just by paying attention to them, they relax and stress releases. Now, a fifth way to get some real rest that isn't watching TV or the news or scrolling social media is to lay back or sit back with your eyes closed and listen to soothing music. Now, I don't think death metal or rap are probably going to do it for you in these moments. It's okay to enjoy these genres, but I don't think they're going to engage your PNS. So if you can find some soothing, relaxing music, or chanting. There are playlists on Spotify and all the different music sources out there of chanting, which can also be incredibly soothing. I don't know if you've ever just sat back and closed your eyes and listened to a track of some monks chanting, but it will immediately put you into a relaxed state. It's just a really soothing practice. Sixth way to get some real rest is to get a massage. If you go for a gentle, soothing massage, I don't know how often you get massages, but a good one, by the end of it, I am willing to pay that person almost anything just to let me stay there another hour and sleep after they're done, because my whole body and mind are so deeply relaxed that I just do not want to move. So I find massages are a great way to get some real rest as well. The seventh way to get in some real rest is to take a bath. If you get into a nice warm bath, you light some candles, maybe put on some soothing music or some chanting, lay back, close your eyes, and just let the warmth of the water relax your body from head to toe. That can be a really great way to get some rest in. And the last one, and this might sound kind of obvious, but I think people forget about it, is sleep. I am a big fan of naps. I know some people shy away from them. They worry it's going to mess up their nighttime sleep. But for me, just taking a break during the day, even 30 minutes to get in a power nap, can be a really amazing thing. I don't think there's any better way to get your body into a healing state than to be asleep. So there you go. There are 8 ideas for getting in some real rest. And I would love to hear what works for you, your suggestions and your tips in the video comments. And if you like these short videos, I'll link up on the screen to the playlist that has other short tips and topics videos just like this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.